Well, after I guess it was 18 years, I was the CEO of MTV Network. So
overnight success, as they would say.
Yeah, and it was like I was doing the same thing, but I really loved it. It was still so much fun, and we were always doing something new, and people were great. They said, well, you know, my boss, Sumner Redstone, who was the billionaire owner of Viacom, not the owner, but he's the principal owner. And then he asked me if I wanted to be the CEO of Viacom, which then would have been BET, Paramount Pictures, Simon & Schuster, big book publisher, Famous Music Publishing. And I told him I had to think about it. So when I thought about it, I came back the next day. I said I want to speak to my wife about it. I was really excited and flattered, and I came back the next day. I said, you know, I'll take it. And he says, well, I already offered it to Les Moonves, who was my peer who ran CBS. He says, you know, so then we split the company into two. So we became Redstone became the CEO, and we became his two lieutenants. And we each ran essentially half of the company. And we would meet together. It worked out pretty well. We did that for a couple of years. You know, the companies continued to grow. It was a new type of job for me. I was dealing more with Wall Street and other types of issues on the so-called corporate level. And then it was decided to split the company into two parts formally.
Do you like the environment of, you know, the starting and organizing and building something like MTV or your business in India versus, you know, being at the top of a corporate helm?
Well, both were fascinating, and I was enjoying some of the new challenges of being at the corporate helm. But if I had to be really honest with myself, I think I would like the more hands-on, creative role of building something, and not something of, you know, not working at something of such huge scale and scope.
How big is Viacom when you're in charge of it in terms of people, revenues?
Well, we were like $12 billion in revenue, $3.5 billion in profits, 6,000 employees. It was big.